What's up? This is Sarah B. I'm from Zamunda Crew, and I'm very excited today to share a little talk with two amazing B-girls. And the chat will be about women in the breaking scene. Hip-hop is a culture that has been dominated by men, but we can see now how the B-girl scene is growing up so fast. So many talented B-girls now all around the world are representing themselves through different aspects of arts, like battles, theater shows, commercial, etc. So today, I'm so happy to give a voice to two amazing B-girls in the scene who are highly representing women all the way up. So let's bring on B-Girl Jilou from Germany, representing Jimakeno and Nintendo Crew, and B-Girl Jo ripping Black Ice Crew from Bangalore. Hello, ladies. How are you?
Hey,
You good?
doing good.
Yeah. How's life in Germany?
Well, in Germany, life is actually okay. I'm enjoying practicing at the moment a lot. How are you?
I'm super good. So here are the first questions. What was your first big breakthrough?
Actually, I would always say I had two breakthroughs. There was one in 2012 where I actually traveled to France. I was at Evolution Europe, and there was a Seven to Smoke, and I arrived super late. My plane was canceled, and I had to spend the night at the airport. They still let me do the pre-selection, even though I just arrived when it was over. And then without sleep, I actually made it to the Seven to Smoke. And
Nice.
I was the last one in the Seven to Smoke. So if you know, being the last person, you have the least chances to win the battle. And I didn't win the battle, but I actually had 6 smokes in a row, and I lost the last battle.
Nice.
So if I would have won one more round, then I would have won the qualification. And yeah, that was my first battle where I actually traveled alone outside the country. That was in 2012 Evolution, and in 2018 I was at Outbreak Europe, and I made it to the final. And just 2 months after, I made it to the final at Silverback. So that gave me a lot of confidence to have so many rounds, to actually enjoy the dance. And also I got to know logistics, and this friendship is really important to me. So yeah, I would say my second breakthrough was in 2018.
Yeah, and I was there seeing you killing there. You just were on fire at both events. That was so nice to see you. And yeah, Jo.
For me, I think one of the first break was in like the Red Bull BC1 Bangalore Cypher in 2016. So it had come to each city for the first time. And I was just really stoked about it, like to make it into the top 20. It was a really special thing for me. And about 2 years ago, I traveled to Delhi. So it was a B-Girl battle happening after a long time. And I actually had a wisdom tooth removal like 2 weeks before the battle. So I was still on antibiotics, and like my tooth was hurting. But I trained really hard. And then I went for the battle. And it was also a 7 to Smoke, actually. I was pretty confident, but I didn't expect that I took all the 7 smokes in one row.
Whoa.
Nice.
Yeah, I was shocked, but yeah, it was a small victory for me and a really special one. Yeah.
Okay, nice. So how is the bigger scene in your country, like in India and in Germany? Like
in India, the scene is growing like crazy. There are now B-girls in like every city, I think, and it's really cool. Big numbers.
Nice. And you, Jilou?
Well, in Germany, I would say it's always been there. It's never been crazy. We have a good history with Dirty Mama's crew. We had Girls Just Wanna Have Funk. They've been also killing it in the 2008, 2009 in that time. At the moment, I do see a lot of potential from Germany.
Yeah, nice. Excited to see that. Okay, so the next question, what's the biggest hurdle you have to overcome as a B-girl?
Yeah, that's a good question. In particular, I think being in spaces where there are less women was definitely a bit difficult for me in the beginning. And another hurdle is menstruation. Like it's not taboo. It happens to all of us, and it can get really challenging to practice and battle around it, right? So I feel personally it's been a challenge for me to understand how to train, practice, and compete around my menstrual cycle. I'm slowly trying to figure out ways of like a whole different set of movements only for those days when I can't stab and I can't like bridge too much. So I've been trying to figure out that stuff.
Yeah, thank you for bringing that to the table because I think it's really important to talk about this. Jilou?
I definitely agree with Jo. Menstruation is definitely a problem. But I would say personally, I struggle with the expectations that people have, that I have on myself. So like sometimes, for example, people say like, oh, I like that you have like some female traits. And yes, I think that's part of my style, but maybe I don't want to dance like that every day. Also the same as what tricks and moves. I feel like people expect that from me now, and it's still not really acknowledged like it was before. Because what people forget is if you do tricks, if you do moves, it's not easy. You have to practice it every day. Actually, especially with flips, the problem is that you get scared of doing it. So all these expectations, I think that's the biggest hurdle for me. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever we're going to do, like people always criticize, like, so
Yeah.
it's never easy. So the next question, what are some of the positive changes you've seen over the last couple of years?
Well, first of all, the B-Girl scene has just exploded. Is the B-Girls are more in the limelight. So that means that say we have a 10-year-old girl and she starts breaking, she can see Sarah V, she can see Jo, she can see Jilou, she can see Kate, she can see all these different B-Girls. So they have the choice to choose a role model. So I think for me, when I started breaking, my first teacher was a woman. So I did have a female role model.
Nice.
But the first woman going strong in the game, that was Narumi and Shi-chan. And that took about 1 year, and I had only them. And then a few years later, and yes, little fangirl over here, that was you, Sarah. So there were not too many role models. Also, I want to give a shout out to Baby Son. Baby Son was also a role model for me. Also, the B-Girl battles. The B-Girl battles give a big platform for B-Girls right now so that B-Girls can show their skill. And the more B-Girls show their skill, the more the next generation can see. So yeah, I would say that is the biggest change that happened, which is the internet.
Yeah. But I think right now we have so many platforms to check on what is happening all around the world. Because me, when I started dancing, like 20 years ago, I had no internet, no Instagram, no Facebook, nothing, no YouTube. So I think, the evolution, it's crazy. And we have so much more opportunities for the new generation. And this is something really important to say.
It's true, like the exposure is just so different. Like even in the years that I've been breaking since 2014 to now, like it's a huge change. And even me, fangirl over here, I started like breaking watching both of you. And at that point, it was so inspiring for me to watch. Like you need to watch other female bodies move also, because you get like ideas of what might be easier for your body or what you might just like identify with more. So yeah, having all of this exposure for so many B-girls over the internet really creates such a resource for all the upcoming breakers, I think. Yeah.
Mm-mm. Nice. So what key learnings and experiences shape your style? So Jo, please.
So I think something from yoga, like one key thing I keep coming back to is to practice consistently without expectation. So I really try to bring myself back to this all the time. My key learning, I think, has been that this is a long journey. It can go in so many unique ways for each person. They can, follow a really different path. And I don't think there's any competition except with yourself. And the best that you can do is all you can do.
Yeah, this is a good mindset. Nice.
Yeah, definitely good mindset. I like that.
You were talking about you doing yoga, right,
Yeah.
Jo? And are you a yoga teacher also?
Yes, I am. I think more than the movement, the meditation aspect of it kind of inspires me for breaking, because I can be a very nervous person. So yoga kind of helps me to like center myself at least a little before those moments. So yeah, I think that's how it comes into my breaking.
Nice. And you, Jilou?
I would say obviously all the practice that I do outside breaking, when I did gymnastics before, I was a circus performer before. I know how to like go on a big stage alone and put a big smile all the time, not look on the floor. I think all these things are things that I brought that I had already before I started breaking. But I think something that changed my style the last 2 years is accepting that I'm different, and realizing that there's no blueprint, there's not a way you have to be, and realizing what comes out of me is breaking, and that's what it is. If I say it's breaking, then it's breaking. Nobody else can say it's not breaking.
Yeah. What do you do like besides breaking? Like you said that you were practicing gymnastics and tricks.
Well, I love tumbling. I love tricking. I train fight choreographies. That's something that I love at the moment. I'm not really consistent with it. I just love it and it makes me happy. So yeah, that's something I do. I study culture and media management at the University of Theatre and Music. But first comes breaking and then comes university, because I'm young and I can definitely train hard at the moment. And when I can't train hard anymore, that's when I can take care of my university.
Nice, interesting. So, what's your personal definition of success? How important it is to define this for yourself?
Actually, my personal definition of success is happiness. If I'm happy, then I'm successful. A lot of times I thought when I was starting to break that winning makes me happy, but actually no, winning just makes you want to win more. Oh, this is just part of the process. And as long as I maintain happy and as long as I do what I love to do, then I think I'm doing the right thing. And that's success to me. I don't like defining success in money or material ways, just because all these things go away so fast that I think as long as I'm happy, I'm successful.
Okay, perfect. That's a good answer. And you, Jo?
I think I haven't really shaped my full definition of success. I'm still kind of figuring it out. But a strong motivation for me while learning to break was to try and make breaking reach the people who want it and need it in their lives, you know. So I think I'll feel really successful if I'm able to touch a few lives and they're able to find this amazing art form. Like, I think I'll feel really good.
Yeah, it's good. And what do you think about the
Yeah.
e-batters? Because I can see like you competing. So what do you think about it?
Well, one of my things in life that I always say is that later when I'm old and I'm going to sit in my rocking chair and I'm going to think about my life, I'm only going to regret the chances that I didn't take. So that's how I kind of went into the e-battles. A lot depends on your internet connection. A lot depends on the music that you get. So you don't really have a lot in your control. But then I also love the fact that you can see people dance again, that you kind of get the communication. So there's a chat room and everybody's typing. It's like, oh, that was so cool. You did so great. There's a lot of positive energy in these things. So I was judging an e-battle in South America last time. And afterwards, we were sitting on the computer for probably an hour and we were just talking about how we motivate each other and how we enjoy exchanging and how we enjoyed the ladies dancing in South America and all these things. They give me a lot of energy. I think it's not the fact that, oh, the camera is on, let me dance. It's more the moment of like, oh, I see my sister Logistics dancing right now. And I don't know if you remember, but she really, really did a really good round in the pre-selections of the second break free.
Yeah.
And like these little surprises, I think these are moments that we live for, that we enjoy. And again, it's not like a normal jam. It's something different. That's also why I did the Red Bull e-battles, because that's another one. It's new. It's a different system, and it's exciting. So I think that's a good experience.
Yeah. You just live the moment and yeah, it's good. It's good. You
Yeah.
follow the flow. And you, Jo, are you interested to
I
compete on e-batter or?
I am interested for sure. But like Jilou was saying, there's no comparison, but it's just different. So the e-battle I did was recorded. So you record it and you send across your video. And so we didn't have to like think about the internet. But the coolest part was I got to exchange with B-Girl Lady in Russia. So like being in a country like so far away, I think these internet battles are actually a cool experience to just like have some kind of conversation with a breaker. And that's been pretty cool. It's like a different kind of nervousness, like in the qualifiers and pre-selections and stuff. So it's exciting.
Yeah. Nice. So yeah, I'm so glad that we had this little chat. It's really interesting and inspiring. And thank you so much. It's always so great to speak to you girls. And it's not easy for anyone. It's a hard situation to be an artist right now. So if you have anything to say to motivate it or to just leave a positive message, peaceful, love, sharing whatever you want to the people who are watching us right now, please do it.
For me, it's always important to be happy. When you realize that dancing doesn't make you happy, then realize why that's happening. Because again, a lot of times you get told to dance a certain way. At the end, it might not be you. If you enjoy doing power moves and you don't enjoy doing top rocks, then hell, nobody can tell you that you have to do top rocks, because all we do is love the dance. So just go for power moves. So yeah, that's one thing that I want to say. Then the other thing is be patient. Breaking takes a lot of time. Just don't rush through it, because breaking is a process. And something I think that I guess Sarah, you will agree with me on that. That you will never be happy with your dance in that 100%. There's always something you want to get better. So this is something that I can tell you. Just make sure that you don't like stress yourself too much, and yeah, be patient with yourself. Love yourself, and you can love others and enjoy your dancing. I would say that's the main thing.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, I always say that nothing has to be perfect. You know, we have to accept the way how we dance in the moment, and that's it. And yeah, and trust the process. And yeah, okay. So Jo,
Just maybe like believe in yourself and just connect with yourself, especially in hard moments. Like try to go inside and be there for yourself, because that's what matters. And if you're an artist and you have some kind of art, I think that's the best place to look to in any difficult moments. And yeah, I'm just feeling super grateful as I'm saying this to like be on this and to have so much from an art form like breaking. Like it's given me so much and touched my life. So yeah, I just hope that we can all look to what makes us more whole and more love and more happy.
yeah, nice. Thank you so much. Really, like it's so good to hear from you. Thank you everybody for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the chat as much as I did. And I hope to see you all around the world soon. So peace. Thank you, Jilou. Thank you,
Bye.
Jo.
Thank
Much
you,
Thank
love.
you
Sarah. It was
so
a
much.
pleasure. I'm
Take
happy I
care.
got to see you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.